have the Gregorian voice there, which is a Gregorian voice is singing higher. Vocal folds are passive. She. Also, we have some laryngeal vibrato. She. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the studio with a good cup of coffee for one more vocal analysis. And today, guess what? We're listening to Creep by Radiohead. And of course, this is not the first time that I listen to the song. In fact, I've sang this song multiple times before. I've worked on this song with students multiple times before. But to be honest, it's so often that a new student comes in and they want to work on this song, and we start listening to the song and analyzing. I was like, I've analyzed this song so many times before with students, but I've never really done it on YouTube. And I think that so many people would benefit from analysis like this to listen to what's going on and understanding more about the vocal techniques that are happening in the song. So I picked one live version. That's the famous video that's on YouTube with Creep best live performance, and that's what we're listening to today. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Kyle Lish. I'm a singer-songwriter and voice teacher. As a singer-songwriter, I'm really proud and happy to say that I'm on the battlefield just like yourself if you are a singer. I perform with my band, I perform my original songs. And just a couple months ago, I released my latest single. It's called Leave It All Behind. If you are into rock, if you like distorted guitars, high vocals, vocal distortions, you might like it. And of course, I'll ask you to click the link here, listen to the song, and I would love to hear your feedback on it. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Really, it would mean a lot to me. Now, as a vocal coach, my work is focused on laryngeal biomechanics, laryngeal physiology, so what the muscles that we have, they do in order to perform the behaviors that we hear in case we want to produce those sounds as well. And that's what we're doing here. We'll be listening to a song, we'll be paying attention to what's going on and trying to understand what the laryngeal muscles are doing, how can we achieve those sounds as well. All right, if you want to become a singing student, there is a link in the description for my singing course, Building Your Voice, and there we cover a range of different topics in vocal technique. We talk about active vocal schemes if you want to belt out, if you want to sing with compression and power, high notes and low notes. We also talk about passive vocal schemes, and if you want to sing with a soft tone to be really expressive with your voice. We talk about ornaments such as vibratos, yodos, runs, cover vocal distortions. Yeah! In fact, we have a whole module on vocal distortions. Yeah! How we can practice and apply them in a way that's healthy, that will not hurt your voice, because of course we don't want to hurt our voices singing or practicing vocal technique. All of that and much more. We even have a vocal exercise library with exercise for you to practice each of the techniques, a bonus module on music theory for singers. Again, all of that and much more. All of the info will be in the link here in the description, so check it out. All right, now without further ado, let's listen to Creep by Radiohead performed live.
Just like an angel, your skin makes me cry.
Okay, first thing that we have here, this is a vocal scheme that inside vocal anthropophysiology, and vocal anthropophysiology is the theoretical framework for my work as a teacher. Basically, inside vocal pedagogy, we have a set of different approaches, and vocal anthropophysiology is one of them. And inside vocal anthropophysiology, we call this vocal scheme here a Gregorian voice. It's a passive vocal scheme. That means that we don't have as much compression, we don't have as much muscle mass mobilization inside the vocal folds, the vocalis muscles. So it's not when you are here, no, when you were here before. Okay, so this kind of behavior here is what we call a Gregorian voice. Pay attention to how soft there it is if we compare to singing like this. No, it's different. It's not, again, couldn't look you in. No, couldn't look you in the eyes. And it's not only a matter of making it quieter. It's not only volume. We are changing the behavior. We are changing the quality of the sound. Okay, let's keep going.
You fly like a feather
Okay, and that was active. I wish I pay attention to the change in the quality of the sound. Suddenly the sound gets hotter, it gets more compressed.
I wish I was special.
And then Gregorian again. I wish I was special. I wish I was special. And then the Gregorian voice again.
You're so fucking special.
Special.
But I'm a creep.
Window. Active. And when it comes to active, we have a difference whether it's high or low. If it's lower, and low here we are saying below E4. So below this. Oh, we call this here a crooner voice. If you are singing low with active vocal folds, crooner voice. If you are singing high with active vocal folds, we will be talking more about that whenever he does it, because he will be doing that, I'm pretty sure. So now we have that muscle mass mobilized. Hey, hey, a lot of people. And that's the reason why usually the crooner voice is not that big of a challenge. A lot of people speak with a behavior that's quite similar to that. Active vocal folds, lower range. So that's what we have here. But something that's really interesting about Radiohead, and it's probably what I like the most about his singing, is how much he switches back and forth between active and passive. That sounds phenomenal. A lot of dynamics. And guys, I never get tired of saying that the function of vocal technique is to express emotion, to tell a story, to convey emotion. So when people say that vocal technique will make you sound like a robot, you lose all of the emotion, that's definitely not true. In fact, the function of vocal technique is to create emotion. Because now you are choosing the sounds that you want to use with purpose. You want to cause something, hence you go for a specific sound. And he does a lot of that. He doesn't sing the whole song in only one way. No, he's switching back and forth because he wants to be expressive. And again, that's a function of vocal technique.
Don't care if it hurts.
I don't care if it hurts.
I just wanna have control.
Microphone really close, which is amazing. Controlling the volume.
I want a perfect body.
We had a creaky there. Body, body, body. The creaky voice is a kind of distortion that's really small when it comes to volume. We don't have a lot of volume for that. In fact, if you try to increase the volume, you will lose the technique. Yeah, the creaky voice is small. And it's quite close also to the fry sound. The difference between the creaky voice and the fry is that for the fry, we don't have a fundamental pitch. We have the tips of the arytenoid cartilages crackling to produce that sound, but the body of the vocal folds is closed, so we don't have a pitch. As soon as we start to relax the body of the vocal folds, suddenly we have a pitch, and that's what we're having here for that creaky voice.
I want a perfect soul. I want you notice, but I'm not around. You're so fucking special.
Special. Dynamics.
I wish I was special, but I'm a creep.
Such a great song. Hey, that's a yodel. Most of the times that he will sing that H there, if he's singing active, you hear that yodel. Hey, hey, hey. Whenever we have transition, an abrupt change between active and passive schemes. That's what we call a yodel. In case we don't want that to happen, we usually call that a voice crack. When we want that to happen, we call that a yodel. We not only have the Gregorian voice there, which is a Gregorian voice is singing higher, vocal folds are passive. Also, we have some laryngeal vibrato. Amazing. We are going for some brightness as well, narrowing the vocal tract, having a narrowed shape. It's not no. Again, it's not. Now active. Sharon! Run! We're getting higher, and this would be that second active scheme that I told you guys. When we are singing higher above the E4 with active vocal folds, we call that a warn voice, a voice that you would use to warn someone about something. So imagine that you're in a busy environment and you want to call someone, let's say on the other side of the street, and then just yell at them, hey, hey, ow! In those situations, we go for a sound that's able to cut through other sounds. Imagine that there are cars, other sounds. If you do oh, that won't do, and if you do that won't do. It cannot be active alone if it is low. It cannot be high alone if it is passive. It has to be both high and active, and that's the reason why we call that a warn voice. In everyday situations, in the anthropological context, as we like to say, that's something that we would use to warn someone about something. All right. We have some vocal distortions there as well. That's pretty cool. Which are glottic. Which means that the distortion itself it's happening at the level of the vocal folds. We have the arytenoid cartilages producing the the crackling of the distortion, and we have the body of the vocal folds, which is relaxing a little bit compared to the warm voice to allow some hiss, some breathiness. Amazing. Remember when you're singing, to balance out the pressures, open your mouth. Important. And look at him. And passive again. Amazing.
Whatever you want, you're so fucking special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep.
Song is so fantastic. Well, guys, that was our analysis for Creep by Radiohead. performed live. Let me know in the comments what you think of the song, what you think of this version of the song, and of course, what you think of my analysis. If you are curious about my own singing, click here. That will redirect you to a playlist with my original music, all of the songs that I released under my name already. Please give it a listen, and of course, I would love to hear feedback on it. It would mean the world to me. If you want to become my singing student, check out my online singing course, Building Your Voice, and we cover all of these techniques and much more: warm voice, crooner voice, Gregorian voice, active vocal schemes, passive vocal schemes, ornaments such as vibratos, yodos, runs, vocal distortions, how to practice them in a way that's healthy and will not hurt your voice. Okay? We have a bonus module on music theory for singers. We have a vocal exercise library for you to practice each of the techniques that we cover inside the course. All of that and much more. Again, that's my singing course, Building Your Voice, link down below. That's all for today. You enjoy your day, you enjoy your coffee, and remember, if your concepts cannot be seen here in the real world, then they must change and not the world. See you in the next video.